Hello everyone, I am Dr. Imran Chandraki, working as an assistant professor and Dean PG program at the Department of GSC and Binole Sehgal College of Engineering, Solapur. I have total teaching experience of around 15 years and research experience of around 7 years. I did my PhD in mathematics from Dr. Babas Ambedkar Technology University, Loneri in the year 2014, and now I have been recognized as a PhD guide at the Punishulaka Halebal Solapur University, Solapur. My area of specialization is applied mathematics, numerical methods, boundary layer theory. I have written 6 books and published and presented more than 21 research papers at the journal and conferences of national and international repute. So friends, today I am going to discuss regarding the differentiation concept. So today I am going to talk on differentiation. Derivatives are very much required for the calculus, which is very much essential for understanding the concepts of science and engineering. So let us begin with a discussion. So I am going to define first what is differentiation, then rules of differentiation, then we are going to have the derivatives of exponential, logarithmic, trigonometric and inverse trigonometric functions and other functions also. Then I am going to define the chain rule, and then I am going to go to the applications of differentiation, okay, to the maxima and minima concept, that is extrema of functions. Then I am going to have this for indeterminate forms and L'Hospital rule. So let us define differentiation. Suppose that you have function y is equal to fx. Okay, you know that if function is in terms of two variables x and y, then that represents a planar curve, that is the curve on xy plane. So if this is your x-axis, if this is your x-axis and that is your y-axis, then y equal to fx is a function like this. Suppose this is the function y is equal to fx, it is a smooth curve. So this is the function y is equal to fx. Now if it is a planar curve y equal to fx, then derivative of y with respect to x is denoted by f dash of x. This is the notation, and the actual definition of derivative is given like this: dy by dx is equal to f dash of x, that is the notation part, is given by what, limit delta x tends to 0. So that is meaning that delta x is very small, it is close to 0 but it is not exactly equal to 0. The change in f to original f, difference of change in f to original f. So change in f is given by x plus delta x. Okay, original f is given by fx. So f of x plus delta x. Note that this is increment in x. X plus delta x is increment in x, and f of x plus delta x is increment in f minus original function fx. Okay, to what, delta x. So if you take a ratio of these two, and if that ratio is what, intended toward limit delta x tends to 0, we get derivative of y with respect to x, that is denoted by f dash of x. So simple geometric meaning of this is change in f divided by what, change in x, which is very small. Okay, the notation for differentiation is given by f dash of x. So sometimes derivatives are denoted by what, primes, sometimes they are written like dy by dx. Sometimes same differentiation can be written as capital dy, sometimes it can be written as what, y suffix 1, that is y1, that is first differentiation, and so on. Now let us see what is geometrical meaning of differentiation. Here what we have, a function y equal to fx. So see, this is the function y is equal to fx. Let me have other legend. So suppose that this is the curve y is equal to fx, this is the curve y equal to fx. If this is your curve y is equal to fx as shown in the figure, then if I draw perpendicular from point B and a perpendicular from point A on x and y axis respectively, yes, I get what, a triangle like this. So triangles have the sides f of x plus h minus fx. So this will be, suppose that if it is f of x plus h, and if it is f of x plus h, and if the point A is x fx, okay, if this function is incremented, then it will come to this point, and that point is having abscissa and ordinate like x plus h and f of x plus h. So if you take difference of x f of x plus h to fx, yes, we get this, and if you take difference of x plus h to x, we get h. If you take ratio of these two, then that represents a what? Slope of chord. You can see what we have chord AB. So this is the chord AB. Okay, but if this h is very small, here I had taken h is equal to 0.78, so that's why we got a chord here. If h is very small, if h is very close to 0, okay, like in the next picture you can see here h is 0.11, okay, still it is sufficiently large. Okay, so you can see that what we have very small triangle as compared to the previous one. You can see the big triangle, here there is a small triangle. Okay, then that h is very close to 0, then this chord becomes a tangent, and that's why f of x plus h minus fx divided by h as limit h tends to 0, that is delta x tends to 0. Here h is same as delta x. So if delta x tends to 0, yes, then that represents a slope of tangent to the curve y equal to fx. So in a single sentence I can define slope of I can define derivative of function y is equal to fx as general slope of the tangent to the curve y equal to fx. Now let us see various rules of differentiation. Let us apply differentiation to the addition of two functions and subtraction of two functions. So if you have two functions addition, that is fx plus gx, so fx is one function, gx is one function, and if you operate differentiation on that fx, then it is same as the addition of differentiations. So what derivative of addition is addition of differentiation of that functions. In similar way, the derivative of subtraction of function is the subtraction of derivatives. Okay, that is, you can see in the next item. So it is f of x minus gx dash is same as f dash of x minus g dash of x. What is meaning of that? The derivative operator is, it is operator. So derivative operator is a distributive over addition and subtraction. Okay, whereas it is not distributive or multiplication and division. So there are separate rules for multiplication and division. So this is nothing but the Leibniz rule, f g dash. What is meaning of that? So it is a multiplication of f and g, and we are finding differentiation of that. So f into g dash is given by differentiation of f g as it is plus f as it is differentiation of g. That is called the what? Leibniz rule, or it is also called the derivative of what? Multiplication of product of functions. Then differentiation of quotient function, that is division of functions. So if suppose you have two functions f and g, and if they are divided, and if you intend to find its differentiation, then rule for differentiation of that is given by what? Derivative of f dash g as it is minus f as it is derivative of g dash and divided by g square. So whatever is the denominator square. So you can remember like this: derivative of numerator divided by denominator. Derivative of numerator divided by denominator is what? Derivative of numerator denominator as it is minus numerator as it is derivative of denominator divided by denominator square. Okay, then let us have a discussion on what is the differentiation of constant. Suppose that c is a constant. Okay, you know that if c is a constant, then that represents straight line, and if you want to find the slope of the straight line, okay, so note that here if y is equal to c is a straight line, then that straight line will be parallel to which axis? X-axis. And you know that slope of x-axis is 0, and slope of this line y equal to c also will be equal to 0. Okay, note that this c is nothing but y is equal to c. This c is nothing but y is equal to c. So y is equal to c represents, so y is equal to c represents this type of a straight line. So y is equal to c, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here, and you know that all these straight lines will be parallel to which axis? x-axis, and that's why their slope is equal to 0. That's why the what derivative, that is slope of c, is equal to 0, and that's why wherever we have constant, then derivative of constant is equal to 0, and that we can show it mathematically also. Here we have shown it geometrically, let us show it mathematically. So you can see that f dash of x is equal to limit h tends to 0. You can have delta x or h, meaning is same, f of x plus h minus fx, okay, divided by h. Note that if y is constant, if f is constant, then what, there is no increment in what f, okay, therefore f of x plus h will be c minus c, okay, divided by h. So that is equal to 0 as the limit h tends to 0. That's why f dash is 0 if what y is equal to c is differentiation. Okay. Now let us find differentiation of x raised to n, that is power rule. We know that d by dx of x raised to n, yes, is equal to n x raised to n minus 1. Let us prove it. How to prove that? So again same definition, f dash of x. So this is the increment in function. I have replaced x by x plus h raised to n. Okay, note that here it should be f of x plus h. F of x plus h will be equal to f of x plus h if equal to x plus h raised to n. So here I have written x plus h raised to n minus original function h, okay, divided by h. Then I use here binomial expansion. So x raised to n plus n x raised to n minus 1 h raised to 1. Note that here it is h raised to 0. Okay, power of h is increasingly, power of h is what, successively increasing, h raised to 0, h raised to 1, h raised to 2, h raised to 3, and so on, h raised to n. And you can see that the power of x is what, successively decreasing, x raised to n, x raised to n minus 1, x raised to n minus 2, and so on. So if what we have expansion using binomial expansion of x plus h raised to n, we get this expression, and minus x raised to n, x raised to n minus x raised to n will get cancel. So this will get cancelled, okay, leaving you what, n x raised to n minus 1 h plus n minus 1 divided by 2 factorial and so on. Okay, and if you divide this term by h, if we divide this term by h, okay, so if we divide this term, every term by h, yes, we get n x raised to n minus 1 plus and so on. Note that every term contains h. Here we have h, here we have h, every term contains h except the first term. Okay, and if you take h tends to 0 of every term, okay, we get all this term vanished, okay, leaving you the only one term which is free from what, h, that is n x raised to n minus 1, and that's why f dash of x is n x raised to n minus 1, and that's why derivative of what, x raised to n is what, n x raised to n minus 1. Now let us find differentiation of a simple functions. Okay, let us apply the same rule here. So suppose that we have function f of x equal to 15x raised to 100 minus 3x raised to 12 plus 5x minus 46. Okay, if you find differentiation of it, okay, differentiation will be 15 is a constant, so constant we will keep it as it is. Okay, it will not take part in differentiation. Constant we keep it aside in differentiation. So constant as it is, and derivative of x raised to 100 will be 100 x raised to 100 minus 1, that is equal to 99. So here is 99 minus 3 times 3 as it is, that is minus 3 as it is, and derivative of x raised to 12 will be 12, so 12 will come here, so 12, yes, 12 x raised to 12 minus 1, that is 11. Okay, and then what, derivative of 5x, so 5 as it is, derivative of x with respect to x is 1, and derivative of what, 46 is 0, so derivative of 46 is 0. Okay, so what we have after multiplication, we get here 1500 x raised to 99 minus 36 x raised to 11 plus 5 is a differentiation of this function. Okay, let us have one more example. Suppose that you have fractional power of x. In that case, let us write this x as x raised to half. This x raised to 7 cube root of it, let us write it as x raised to 7 by 3. So, and this will be, yes, x raised to 2 by 5. If you raise it to numerator, it becomes x raised to minus 2 by 5. So t of x will be x raised to half plus 9x raised to 7 raised to 1 by 3 minus 2 by x square raised to 1 by 5, which is equal to x raised to half plus 9 x raised to 7 by 3 minus 2 by x raised to 2 by 5, which is equal to x raised to half plus 9 x raised to 7 by 3 minus 2 x raised to minus 2 by 3. So in the first step we have written what the square root as x raised to half, cube root as raised to 1 by 3, and fifth root as raised to 1 by 5, and then what we have used the concept of power, and even we have raised denominator term to numerator. Okay, and then the differentiation rule, that is power rule, is applied here. So if you find differentiation of it, we get this. So here derivative of x raised to half is half what x raised to half minus 1, half minus 1 is minus half, and plus 9 7 by 3, 9 as it is, a constant, 9 as it is, 9 as it is, so 9 is a constant, 9 as it is. Okay, derivative of x raised to 7 by 3 is 7 by 3 x raised to what, 7 by 3 minus 1, and 7 by 3 minus 1, you know that it is 4 by 3. Okay, so that is derivative of second term, and minus 2 as it is, minus 2 is also a constant, then derivative of x raised to minus 2 by 5 is minus 2 by 5, x raised to minus 2 by 5 minus 1 is minus 7 by 5. Okay, so minus 2 by 5 minus 1. Okay, that becomes what, minus 7 by 5, and with that what derivative is 1 by 2 x raised to minus half, what minus plus 63 by 3 x raised to 4 by 3, and minus minus plus, it is 4 by 5 x raised to minus 7 by 5. Now let us find the differentiation of exponential function, and let us take it without proof. So what is derivative of e raised to x? It is e raised to x. Okay, we can prove this with the help of definition. So what we require to do is e raised to x plus h minus e raised to x and divided by h, and this limit what we are supposed to take as h tends to 0. Okay, and we can take e raised to x common outside. Okay, then you will find that e raised to x is outside and it can be even escaped with, so you can see, so it is limit e raised to x outside, inside the bracket you will be having e raised to h minus 1 and divided by h, and see here is limit what, h tends to 0, and you will find that yes, limit h tends to 0 of e raised to h is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0 divided by h, okay, which is negligible, that is also equal to 1. So here this term will become 0 if h is 0, but here h is not exactly equal to 0. So here if what h is 0, we get what, e raised to 0, that is 1 minus 1, okay, that is what, 0 divided by 0, okay, that is 0 divided by 0, which is called indeterminate form. Okay, so if you have indeterminate form, we apply LHR, and derivative if you apply LHR, then you will find that this will be equal to 1, leaving you the answer of derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. Okay, then a raised to x differentiation is a raised to x log a. We can write e raised to x. We can write a raised to x as e raised to log of a raised to x. Okay, and then this log of a raised to x, we know that it is x log a. So this can be written as what, e raised to what, log a log log a into x. So now it will look like what? Derivative of e raised to x, and we know that derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x, but derivative of log a into x is log a, okay, into 1. That's why derivative of a raised to x is a raised to x log a. Then derivative of sin x. So by a similar concept we can prove that derivative of sin x is cos x, whereas derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Derivative of log of x is 1 by x. Derivative of tan x is sec square x. Derivative of cot of x is minus cosec square x. Note that here every time in place of x we can have here derivative of e raised to term, derivative of a raised to term, derivative of sine of term, derivative of cos of term, derivative of log of term, derivative of tan of term, and derivative of cot of term. So here the variable is immaterial. So if I talk about what is derivative of e raised to variable is e raised to variable. What is derivative of a raised to variable is a raised to variable into log of a, that is log of constant. Then derivative of sine of term is cos of term, or derivative of sine of variable is cos of variable. Derivative of cos of variable or cos of term is minus sine of term. Derivative of log of term is 1 upon term. Derivative of tan of variable is sec square of variable. Derivative of cot of variable is minus cosec square of variable. So this is very much essential for if you have, suppose what derivative of, suppose somebody if it asks you what is derivative of what sine of e raised to sine of x. Okay, so here e is involved and even sine is involved, so I can treat it as, yes, if you want derivative of, derivative means it is dash. So if you want derivative of e raised to sine x, okay, dash means differentiation. So what is derivative of e raised to term? So it is e raised to term, that means it is e raised to sine x. Sine x. And derivative of sine x, yes, you have to multiply. So derivative of sine x is, so we are going to see what is a chain rule. So using chain rule, what you will be getting this type of differentiation of composite functions. Okay, so for instance let us have the formula of differentiation without proof. Okay, next, derivative of sec of term is sec of term tan of term. Then derivative of cosec of term is minus cosec of term cot of term. So derivative of sec is sec tan, derivative of cosec is cosec cot with minus sign. Okay, and derivative of sine inverse of x is 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. So derivative of sine inverse of variable is 1 upon under root of 1 minus variable. Derivative of cosec cos inverse of variable is minus 1 upon under root of 1 minus variable square. Okay, note that derivative of sine inverse and cos inverse are almost same, just there is a difference of negative sign. Okay, then derivative of sec inverse of variable is 1 upon x under root of x square minus 1, and you can guess that derivative of what tan inverse of x will be 1 upon 1 plus x square. Derivative of cot inverse of x is very much close to your tan inverse of x, it is same. Okay, just difference is with the negative sign. And derivative of cosec inverse of x, yes, will be very close to your sec inverse of x, which is minus 1 upon x plus under root of x square minus 1. So there is a difference what with a minus sign only. Now see, if you know this much formulae that are more than sufficient, and see if you know differentiation you also know integration of that much formulae. Okay, what is meaning of that? If I ask you what is derivative of e raised to x, your answer is e raised to x, and conversely if I ask you what is integration of e raised to x, again it is e raised to x. Okay, if I ask you what is derivative of a raised to x, your answer will be a raised to x log a. But if I ask you what is derivative of integration of a raised to x, it will be, so here I put an integration sign, so integration of a raised to x will be, yes, a raised to x divided by log a, derivative will be nullified over here. Okay, derivative will be removed from here. So derivative of sin x is cos x, means integration of cos x is sin x. Derivative of cos x is minus sin x, means integration of sin x is this minus sign will go there, it is minus cos x. Derivative of log x is 1 upon x, therefore integration of 1 upon x is log x. Okay, derivative of tan x is sec square x, means integration of sec square x is tan x. So derivative of cot x is minus cosec square x, therefore integration of cosec square x is minus cot x. Okay, integration of sec x tan x will be sec x. Integration of minus cosec x cot x will be minus cosec x. Integration of 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square will be sin inverse of x. Integration of minus 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square is cos inverse of x. Then integration of 1 upon x plus under root of x square minus 7 is sec square x, sec inverse of x. Integration of 1 upon 1 plus x square is tan inverse of x. Integration of minus 1 upon 1 plus x square is cot inverse of x. And integration of minus 1 upon x plus under root of x square minus 1 is cosec inverse of x. Now let us find the differentiation of trigonometric and algebraic function multiplication with the help of the product rule, and thereafter the quotient rule also will be verified. Okay, now suppose that there is a function fx equal to 5x cube sin x. Okay, then if you want to differentiate this, then here you are supposed to differentiate first keeping second as it is, plus differentiate second first as it is. Okay, so it is u into v rule is applied. So see what we did here. So u as it is or v as it is, derivative of u. Okay, u as it is, derivative of v. So that is this differentiation. So derivative of 5x cube is 15x square sin x as it is, plus 5x cube as it is, derivative of sin x is cos x. Okay, so finally the answer will be given by what, 15x square sin x plus 15x cube cos x. Now let us have the u by v rule. So suppose that we have function g of x, like fx we have gx function. So suppose gx is given by what, cos x divided by 4x square. Okay, you know that this is u, okay, and that is your v. And what is derivative of u by v? So it is v derivative of u minus u derivative of v divided by v square. Okay, so we will be having the function like this. G of x is equal to sin x, that is derivative of cos x. So derivative of cos x is minus sin x. There is a printing mistake over here, it should be with minus sign.